Hey guys, so Jamie and I just thought we would change scenes up a bit and change to a YouTube video. What we will be discussing in the video is the differences between a lower socioeconomic student and a middle class student, and these will be given through visual cues. So before I get started, I'd just like to give a little bit of a disclaimer. Please take each example with a grain of salt, because as Jamie and I have already discussed, when it comes to class, there has been a lot of stereotypes placed upon humanity, and what we see in schools is that no child is the same, and what they experience will never be the same as another student. But these are just experiences that we've had while we've been in school. So first off, what we're going to look at is a packed lunchbox. So as you can see, this is an insulated lunchbox, and inside we have a few snacks, a blueberry muffin, a little muesli bar, and then we have a salad sandwich and also some fruit, which in here is just some blueberries and strawberries. They might also come with a salad or even leftovers from the night before, and typically if they're in the lower grades, this will probably be packed by their parent. And also, I know this seems like such an obvious thing, but for some kids it's not. A full water bottle, whether it's room temperature or cold, and they might even come with an insulated water bottle. Now, just to let you know, when it also comes to food, some of the low socioeconomic students might not come with breakfast, so they might be very hungry during class, which can cause fatigue and also can cause them to lose concentration. Now, if we move on, when it comes to uniform, research has shown that a lot of the state schools in Australia have been turning to independent schools, which is great, but they're also changing the uniform policy to black leather shoes. Middle class students will be able to wear black leather shoes because typically their parents can afford it, but however, the low socioeconomic students won't be able to, and they might just only be able to afford these cheap Target shoes. Now, this will obviously cause the child to feel marginalized from the rest of their middle class peers, and when they're in the playground, staff members might approach them and ask them why they're not wearing the school policy, which can cause a bit of an awkward conversation because they're going to have to explain that their parents can't afford the correct shoes. Now, this is again a little thing, but it all adds up to how the student feels in the class and in the outside environment. Is a school hat. So this one here is just a hat from home, and this is probably something that a low socioeconomic student will bring because they can't afford a $20 to $30 hat that the school requires, which is completely fine because obviously it's promoting sun safety, and this hat is perfectly fine, but it will cause the child to look different from the rest of the class. Now, I'm going to pass over to Jaime, who has some other examples of visual cues.
Here is an example of a packed lunch that a student living in a low socioeconomic household may bring to school. As you can see, it is in a plastic bag and not a lunchbox, and it only contains an apple and a muesli bar. This is not a substantial lunch to fuel a full day at school, and some children may even bring unhealthy snack foods that are of low nutritional value. Other signs of students living in low socioeconomic households are having a dirty uniform, having a certain smell and low hygiene, or not having their hair done in the morning. This can be because both parents are working full-time in order to support the family, or they are living in a single-parent household where there is nobody to help them get ready for school in the morning. I hope this video has helped you recognize some of the signs of some students that may be living in low socioeconomic households.